Ooh, YouTube. Oh my goodness. I had a day. Oh my gosh. Before I get into it, how are you guys doing, man? How are you feeling? I hope you guys are well, doing great. When we last spoke, I talked about wellness. I told you my plans for why is my voice cracking? Must still be in that puberty phase. But I talked about my plans for wellness, right? I had Tuesday off. Tuesday was a holiday, election day. Did you guys go vote? And then I worked Wednesday, and then I had off Thursday and Friday. And Thursday was going to be my wellness day, my day of wellness, my day where I was just going to sit back and be a vegetable, couch potato, whatever. I had one thing to do. And that one thing was to get my car its scheduled maintenance, right? Because the maintenance message came up, and it was time to do it. My oil life was very low. It was at 10%. And also there was a recall. Nothing major, which required a lot of hours to fix. It was something with the latch under the hood, to prevent it from flying up or whatever. I mean, that's big, but it was an easy fix, I was told. So that's all I had to do. So I was gonna do that. I would take 45 minutes, come back, and then just chill, veg out. But when you have your plans, life has a way of changing those plans. So as I said, I had an early appointment. I was gonna come out, grab my car, take it over to the shop, have it, let them do what they do, and then come back home. So, what do you think happened? What do you think happened when I came out to retrieve my car and to take it to the shop? So, in the spot that I parked, there was a car there. It just wasn't my car. Came outside, walked to where my car was parked, and there's another car sitting there. Now, if this has ever happened to you, you start to freak out a little bit, right? You start to think like, wait, did I park here? Am I tripping? Did I park somewhere else? Let me just take the seatbelt off. Did I park somewhere else? Did I, was I right in where I parked? I'm not sure, right? Or you start, not that you're not sure, but you start to doubt yourself. Like, So I'm walking up and down the block, and I'm like, hold up. It's not here. Did I leave it somewhere else? And then in my mind, I'm like, I start to think, somebody stole my car. Somebody stole my car. Like, are you serious? Are you serious right now? So I'm like, all right, this has never happened to me before. So I'm like, all right, do I call 911? Do I call insurance? What do I do? So basically I stopped and I was like, okay, let me just breathe. Let me sit. Let me breathe for a minute. Let me get my bearings. Okay? So I did that, took a couple minutes, chilled out. I was like, all right. Now I was 100% sure that I parked my car where it was supposed to be. So I said, all right, cool. So I remembered that I had this app on my phone. I never got the subscription, but basically what this app does, it's from the maker of my vehicle. It gives you the oil life, recall messages, allows you to start the car, allows you to find it on the map and different things like that. So I was like, let me check that app, right? So I decided to pay for the subscription. I paid the subscription for the year, and once that all went through, I went in the app and I looked and I was like, okay, this is still showing me where the car was, where it was parked originally. I was like, okay, I think I just wasted my money on this thing. So I waited a few minutes and I was just like, all right, let me give the system a chance to populate and to, do what it needs to do. I went in again and now it's giving me a different location. I said, okay, here we go. So now I zero in, I zoom in on the map, and it looks to be inside of a like shopping center parking lot. I was like, a shopping center parking lot? Like, what is it doing over there? So I was like, okay, so the person got in my car and is using it to go shopping? Is that what's going on here? I was like, all right. So then starts a lot of ideas and different things start running in my head. I was like, okay, so I'm going to go over there and let's get this car back. Probably not the best idea because by the time it was pretty far from where I am or from where I was, by the time I went over there to go get it, it probably could have left, you know? So I was like, okay, let me look at the surrounding area. Then I zoomed out a little further. And then right next to this shopping area, it said police towing compound or something to that nature. And I was just like, my car wasn't stolen, it was towed. I was like, hold on. And I'm looking at where I parked. I was like, this spot is a perfectly fine spot. Everything is current. My insurance is current. My tags are current. Everything is up to date. Complete up to date. So I called the number and I asked them, I was like, listen, why did you guys tow my car? And the lady, by the way, was very nice. She said, well, you were illegally parked. I was like, there's no way. There's no way that I could be illegally parked. The spot that I parked in was a legal spot. It was a legal spot. And she simply told me, she said, okay, well, if you feel that way, I suggest you take pictures of the spot and all the signs of where you parked and fight it in court. I said, bet. That's exactly what I'm going to do. So I went back to where I parked, and lo and behold, I noticed it. Where there wasn't one before, because I have parked in this spot numerous times with no issue, there's a no standing sign now. And I was just like, oh, I did park illegally. But it wasn't on purpose. You know what I'm saying? Like it was definitely not on purpose. I said, oh my goodness, I did park illegally, but where did this sign come from? This sign wasn't here recently. And the car that's in that spot now had a bunch of tickets on it. So I'll be surprised if they're not towed by now, if they didn't get towed. So I was just like, oh, wow. So I parked illegally. So I was like, okay, this is my fault. Let's go get it. So I needed to take a train and a bus to go get this car. And I said, all right, let's go get it. It's about an hour from here. Let's go get it. Within that hour, I was just laughing to myself. Like, I was just like, the thought of the car being stolen, I was just like, man, I don't believe this. But, the good thing is I was just like, okay, I'm going to get a new car. That's what I was thinking. I was like, I'm going to get a new car. It doesn't matter. I got insurance. It's all good. It's all good. Like nothing is gonna, it's just a car, right? Nothing's gonna be, what's the words I'm looking for? Not a big deal. I was like, all right, get a new car. And I'm thinking of like what new car I'm gonna get, But one thing I do have to say is when I thought it was stolen, there was a brief moment there where I did get angry, where I thought, who steals a car? Now, I know that's probably a dumb question. Like a lot of stuff happens, but I'm just like, somebody actually stole my car, and I've been around a lot of people that um, have this mentality that if I don't have it and I want it and I see you with it, I'm going to take it. And I just hate, that's just a terrible mentality to have, right? Like, what gives anybody the right to take from someone something that they worked hard for, you know? And so I did have that brief moment where I was just like, I was angry. I was just like, okay, this is just messed up. But overall, and I surprised myself, overall, I was just like, all right, you know what? It's just a car. Like I said, everything is up to date. Every single thing, insurance, my tags, payments, everything is where it needs to be. I'll just get another car. So when I find out that it was actually towed and this new sign now that doesn't permit you to park where I used to park before without issue has gone up. I get to the compound and it's crazy. It's car after car and cars just being brought in just one after the other. I'm just like, oh my goodness, you know. All in all, I get to the window and the damage to get my car back was $245. Mm, $245. And I was just like, oh my goodness. Okay, well, so grateful that I have the money to pay it and get the car out. But still, no one likes to lose that amount of money, especially, off a mistake. It's not like I parked there purposely and was just gambling. Like, okay, I'm gonna leave it here and hopefully it's fine. No, I didn't see the sign because the sign wasn't there before. So I pay the money. I call up the garage and I said, hey, I had some issues this morning. Can I bring the car now? And they said, sure. When can you get here? I was like, I'm 20 minutes away. Fine. They let me come. So I drive over to the garage and I say, I need this, I need that. And I knew that my filters also needed to be changed from the last maintenance that I had, but I decided, I was like, I'm going to hold off on that because the filters needing to be changed is, about $100 or a little bit more, give or take $100. On top of the oil change and all the other things that they do with the car, which is another $75. So let's round it to like $200 when you include tax and everything. So I was just like, man, am I prepared to spend another $200? Like I just spent $245 to get the car back. Now I'm gonna have to spend another $200 just to get everything, good to go. So I was just like, oh my goodness. And to top that off, there was some yellow writing on my windshield. That I guess they wrote, I guess the number, the case number or whatever it is, and a big yellow marker or whatever. And it was dirty and dusty and I was just like, all right. I was like, it's just a car. It's just a car. Let's just go, whatever. So I get there and I tell the guy, all right, this is what I need or whatever. I go inside and I get the paperwork and the guy says, your alignment was a little bit off, so we're going to check that too. And I was just like, oh, that's the first time I heard that. That's probably a result of me being told. He said, you were told recently? I was like, oh yeah, I was told the other day. And he was like, oh wow. And I shared the story with him. And it's funny, like, with the few people that I have already shared the story with, a lot of people had the same story. So he said, you know what? I think you have a maintenance, what was it? A maintenance contract or something where the repairs are free or whatever. I was like, I don't think so. But if so, great, So it's about another hour waiting for the car. I went out and walked around a little bit and got some air, whatever. And I came back and sat down, waited another 10 minutes. And then the guy comes back to me and he says, you know what? Your car is ready. But you know what? You did not have that maintenance package or whatever. And you know, in my mind, I knew it. I was just like, I looked down. I was like, I know that. Don't worry about it. It's fine. You know, I had a feeling that it didn't, that it lapsed or whatever. And he said, but you know what? I gave you the repairs for free anyway, just because of the day that you had, just because of, you know, I wanted you to, you know, have a good part of your day. And guys, when I tell you how grateful I was, I could have hugged this dude. I was just like, what? You did what? I was like, thank you so much. I'm like, I was so grateful. so grateful. I was just like, my goodness, thank you, thank you, thank you. Like this truly means a lot to me. Thank you. He was like, no problem. Have a great day. Pick up your car outside, yada, yada, yada. And sure enough, when I got, you know, these papers back and I looked, they changed the oil, they changed the filters, my alignment was fine, did everything, and it was just 00000. And I was so grateful, guys. I was just like, my goodness, that's amazing. So that definitely put a smile on my face. You know, not that I was feeling down. And like I said, I pretty much surprised myself by how I reacted with everything, because usually I would, you know, Michael Jordan, insert Michael Jordan meme, and I took that personally, you know. Just take it so personal, and then this is like just destroy myself with my thinking, like how could you be so stupid? How could you do that? How could you not check and not do this and not do that? I didn't do any of that, you know. My response was, all right, if it's stolen, I'll get another car. I was angry at the nerve of whoever stole the car when I thought it was stolen, but whatever. And then it was told. I was just like, all right, that's a mistake. But realized when this mistake was mine, I was just like, all right, fine. You know, it's just a car. It's just a car. It's not a living, breathing human. It's not, you know, something that it's a dime a dozen. It's a car, right? It's an object, whatever, right? And that was my thinking. And I was just like, okay, we're not gonna play this game. I'm not gonna destroy myself with my thoughts or anything like that. And it was great. I spared myself having those feelings, and then to get the maintenance for free, which would have been another $200 on top of what I spent. Oh man, when I tell you I was so happy, I was over the moon, and I was blessed, and I thank God for that. I thank God truly for that. You know, so drove off, took it to the car wash, because like I said, it was super dirty, plus it had that writing on it. And now it looks great, and I just found parking, and best believe when I get out, I'm gonna make sure that there's no secret signs over here just to make sure that, you know, that they didn't put up a sign overnight. And yeah, I'm just grateful, guys. I'm grateful. The day didn't go how I planned it, but I did learn about myself today, and I learned that I grew a little bit. You know, I definitely grew, and mindset is everything, and I'm encouraged by that, and I'm happy, and I'm truly encouraged by how I dealt with this. You know, it could have went the other way, but it didn't, and I'm, you know, here's to growth, right? I'm super encouraged by it. So yeah, that's my story. That's my spiel. That's what happened today on my wellness day. Not exactly the way that I wanted it to go, like I said, but I think the outcome was definitely encouraged. I am like, I feel so good. So with that, I'm gonna end it here. I hope you all have a great weekend. My plans this weekend, I'm gonna go see Black Panther. I'm actually seeing it twice this weekend. I'm seeing it once on Friday, and then again on Sunday. So I'm looking forward to that. And yeah, that is it. Guys, thank you so much. Thank you for listening. Thank you for those that are watching the video. Again, if you care to subscribe or leave a like, please do so. If not, no hard feelings. No hard feelings whatsoever. But I thank you for everyone that has been watching. And please leave some comments. I think what I will leave you with is appreciate the victories that you have. Right? If you something's going on and you react to it a different way, or that you're not used to, or you decide to say, hey, you know what, no big deal, or hey, we'll get through this. Appreciate those victories, however small and insignificant that they may seem. Some of you will probably be like, oh, what's the big deal? Car got towed, whatever, big deal. Not a big deal. Trust me, if you know me, it's a big deal, and I am appreciative of the victory that I had today. Just my mindset, just how I reacted, just how I was towards people. I was still smiling. I was still, talking, asking people how they're doing, saying thank you, and all these different things. And yeah, I think I'm gonna stop rambling now. But I'm just happy. I'm proud of myself, and I'm gonna enjoy it. I'm gonna enjoy the victory. All right. So guys, have a great weekend. Again, we'll see you. Oh, and yeah, I'm still waiting for my cousin to hit me up, the one that won the Powerball the other day. Call me. I'm here. I'm here to help. Hit me up. And let's make sure that money is safe and secure. But I love you guys. Thank you so much. Have a great weekend. And God willing, I will speak to you all on Monday. God willing. All right. Have a good weekend. Damon's Days. I'm out.